Hey guys, today I will explain how Skydrop works and how you'll be able to take advantage of it to get a Skydrop that works better in your favor. Okay, so before I start off, I will explain what Skydrops are. For those who are not aware, Skydrops are runestones that replaces empty spaces that are left behind after dissolving runestones in your spinning board. Okay, so how does Skydrop work? Okay, so Skydrops are generated via the game's random number generator. Okay, so RNG stands for random number generator. Okay, so you have to imagine a 6 by 5 runestone board on the top of your original board. Got that? That is your Skydrop runestone board. Okay, so usually you think the the runestones in your Skydrop board above your spinning board will simply drop down into your spinning board after dissolving runestones, but that is not the case. Okay, so now imagine this piece of paper. You can see it's folded into half. It's folded into half here. So imagine this being is your runestone board. Okay, so the bottom is your runestone board and the top is your Skydrop board. Okay, so let's say you were to dissolve a plus sign of runestones here. Okay, a plus signs of runestone here. Okay, so after dissolving, you leave 5 empty spaces here, and the empty spaces will float to the top, creating a T shape right here. Okay, so usually you think that the Skydrop here, the runestone here will drop down here, and here the middle section will drop down here, and here it will drop down here. Okay, that is not how it actually works in the background. So in the background, the way the Skydrop board replaces runestones that are missing in the spinning board is by folding this paper into half. So this is how the Skydrop runestones replace your current missing runestones here by folding this paper into half. So basically this T shape here turned upside down vertically to replace here. So that is how the Skydrop works. Okay, so let's say you were able to go back in time after spinning your runestones, and you try to remember which runestone Skydrops, and you spin accordingly to fit those Skydrops to create more combo. So as you spin your you spin your runes again, alright, but differently than how you spin before you went back in time. So sometimes you realize that the Skydrops can be completely different from what you get before. So this means that the random number generator, also known as RNG, is changed. So how can the RNG of Skydrops change? Does it depend on how you spin? Well, no. It depends on how many 5 runestones in a group that you dissolved. 5 runestones in a group usually means launching a full attack. And the reason why dissolving 5 runestones in a group will change your Skydrop random number generator completely is because of the 100% chance of enchanted runestones to drop into your board. And so let's say that you did not dissolve any groups of 5 runestones. You get Skydrop A. Okay, you get a Skydrop A. So A is a unique Skydrop. So if you go back in time again and you try to dissolve one group of 5 runestones, you end up with Skydrop B, which is another unique, different from Skydrop A, another unique Skydrops. So, and if you dissolve two groups of 5 runestones together, you end up with Skydrop C, and so on and so forth. So for every 5 runestones in a group that you dissolved, every full attack, okay, like 5 runestones in a row you dissolve, you will get a completely different Skydrop result. Okay, finally, how do you take advantage of Skydrops? Before we go on, let me explain something I realized about the game's living penalty system. Imagine that you're playing a battle like me right now, and you spin your runestones, and while they're being dissolved, you go to your home screen, close the app, and come back. If you do that, the enemy should have -1 CD, and if their CD was 1 before you quit the app, they will attack you straight away when you rejoin the game. So I try to prove it to you right here and show you how this works. So I'm gonna spin my runestones and close the application before it finishes dissolving. Okay, I go to my home screen, I close the app, and I reopen the app. So their CD was, both the enemy's CD was 1 before I closed the app. So if I join in, they should attack me straight away before I even get a chance to spin my runestones. So okay, continue. I should get hit twice, once per enemy. Okay, as you can see there, the game has penalized me, and my runestone board is the same as if I have never spun a runestone board just now. So they both attacked and they went back to their CD reloading phase. So CD2 and CD3. Okay, there is a way to not let the game penalize you. So there is a way to make the enemies such that their CD will not reduce and they will not attack you. So the way you do this is by closing the game before the runestone finish dissolving without having to go to your home screen. My phone has the function to turn off any application is running right now that's on my screen by holding my back button for 0.5 seconds, and you force close the application. So if I force close the application without going to the home screen, the game doesn't save and will not penalize you when you come back. So for example, I spin it again, and I hold down my back button. As you see, force close DOS. Now I will reopen the game. Excuse me. Okay, and continue. So their respective CD should still be the same, 2 and 3, CD2 and CD3, and their CD will not be reduced. Okay, as you can see, my runestone board is the same as if I never spun and I was not penalized. And this is the trick that I use to research on how Skydrop works, because I can keep spinning repeatedly and take notes on what happens and what changes the RNG. Okay, so that's all about this. Let's continue. Oh, and one more thing to note is that if the runestones, after you spin, the runestones are completely dissolved and damage is calculated, the game will save your progress. So even if you force close the application without going to your home screen, the game will still penalize you. So you have to make sure you quit the game before the damage is calculated. Now there is one way to extend this to extend the time that it gives you to close your game before damage is calculated. So the way you do this is by taking a dragonary craft here, like I have one right here. So after you spinning your runestones and after the runestones are dissolved, if your dragonary craft is open and if you were to quit during the dragonary crafts mini game, the game will not penalize you because damage is not yet calculated because the craft is not finished yet. So with the craft, you are given an ample amount of time to decide if your Skydrop is good enough and gives you enough time to quit the game if you did not spin well or something like that. So I will try to charge up my compulsion here. I have a okay, let me move to the next round first. The craft I bought in, it can receive damage to charge the craft. So what I just do here is waste some CD here, let them attack me, and I'll gain my craft in a while. Okay, so as you can see, my craft is charged. So I'm gonna just spin my runestones normally and open the craft. Okay, now here I got 10 seconds to decide if I want to quit the game or not. So I have plenty of time to quit here. So I hold down my back button for 0.5 seconds again to force close the app and reopen the app. So when I get in, the enemy CD should stay the same and I will not be penalized. So this is a very good way to let you to take advantage of Skydrop. So if you're not satisfied with the Skydrop, you can always come back, spin again after you quit the battle, and you will not waste the dragonary craft if you quit. Force close the app without going to the home screen. So I should still have 2 more compulsion left to use. Oh, it went back in time more than I needed to. So this was before I even finished getting my craft charged up. It's weird it didn't save, probably because I did not spin carefully, didn't spin properly. You just simply do this, the game doesn't save sometime, and it's strange. Not sure how this works exactly. Okay, so it's charged up again. Okay, so how do you take advantage of this? So as far as I know, there should be 3 ways you can do this. First is the spin, quit, get better Skydrop technique. So what I mean by this is that you spin your runestones and then you see if the Skydrop is enough for you. For example, we are taking down a very high health point enemy and you can't just defeat it with your current team or you have no active skill ready. So what you do, you spin your runes. If you don't get a satisfactory amount of Skydrop, you close your game and try again. And try spinning again, get a better Skydrop. If you get a very good Skydrop, you can leave the game and leave the game alone without quitting it and let your team defeat your enemy with high health. So it's not always guaranteed that the improved Skydrop will kill the enemy, but it will definitely strengthen up your damage count. Okay, and it is recommended for you to open the craft every time after you spin your runestones for this, because if damage is calculated, you can't turn back time. So yeah. Okay, another way to take advantage of this is by let's say you were to spin let's say you are against a quintlet shield enemy and you have all 5 runestones on board. Okay, so your goal is to dissolve all 5 runestones to damage the enemy. Let's say you spin, okay, and you realize you're missing one of the attributes required to damage the enemy. So what you do is you quit immediately after you finish spinning your runestones, join back into the game and spin again until you get to spin properly and be able to break that quintlet shield down. And this also works well for puzzle shields. Okay, the final way of taking advantage of this trick is quite extreme, really. You have to spin your runestones, open your craft, take notes, take screenshots of the Skydrop, and come back and try again to spin your board according to the Skydrop. So like so the Skydrop will straight away dissolve with the board that you have spun. So for example, these 2 water runes here, and you predicted there's another water rune up here in the Skydrop board, and what you do is you line up these 2, spin normally, and make sure this make sure that you make one space by dissolving one row here, so the water runestone from the Skydrop board will drop and dissolve with the water runes. Okay, so if you catch on this is really good for quintet shields. So let's say you have all 5 attributes on your screen and you need to dissolve all of them to damage the quintlet shield enemy. However, you notice your fire runes, you only have 2 of your fire runes, you cannot dissolve them at all. So what you do, you spin normally and you see where it skydrops the fire runestones, and put your fire runestones underneath there and line it up so that the fire runestones will be dissolved during the skydrop. So this is quite a way to do it, to take advantage of this. I suggest you only do this if you really want to win the battle, like let's say SM battles. If you're really desperate, you can do this. You take notes. Okay, so as I said earlier, from this piece of paper, okay, the way that Skydrop replaces your current board is by folding the paper into half, and if you keep note of this, you write down which Skydrop you get and you spin accordingly, you can really make a change of your damage or requirements to break the requirements and be able to defeat your current enemy. Okay, so that is all I have for now. So once again, thank you all for watching, really appreciate it, and if there's anything you do not understand or any questions you have, you may comment down below and ask me some questions. So that's it. Thank you for watching and bye bye.